Okay, here we go, people. Just let me get started with the word of prayer. I'll give a couple of announcements. We'll do a little review. We'll jump on to what we're doing for our project. We'll practice some vocab today, and that's what's up. All right, let's pray. Dear God, thank you for today. Thank you for this class, for the fact that we get to live on Guam, and for just the blessings that you shower us with each and every day. Pray for all the people who are in the hospitals right now who have COVID, and bring them healing. Help the doctors to have wisdom in dealing with these COVID patients. Keep the doctors and nurses safe. In your name, amen. Okay, people, here we go. First announcement, I just want to talk through the courage test, some of the commonly missed questions. You're not quite able to see what questions you missed yet. I'm waiting on, I have to finish grading a couple of them, but otherwise, just want to tell you, here's some of the ones that were most commonly missed. So what I'm going to do is actually show you on the test itself. Okay, so here's some of the questions of the test. The most missed questions, first of all, let me just talk through. This question was pretty well missed. The question that asks about, here's some stories. Which character demonstrates true, or does this character demonstrate true courage? First off, the original key that had been grading these for some reason had gotten marked incorrectly, so had been grading them wrong. But the truth is that our main character does not demonstrate courage in this story, because this is much like the character from 'Twas a Dark and Dreary Night, where the character only does the right thing here, only asks to borrow the pencil because he's more afraid of his parents and teacher. So that's the only reason that that he hasn't been, that he gets the pencil, is just for that reason. So it's not really because he's courageous in this case, it's more because he's more afraid of something else. So he's actually being cowardly in this case, so not a courageous response. Nisha, the answer to your question there is no, don't worry about it. Then, let's see here. The next question was, I believe it was this one. The next question, most missed question, was this one, where it asks about the point of view of this particular story. The thing you have to note here is the fact that we know what the youngest pig is thinking. We know what the oldest pig is thinking. We know what the middle pig is thinking. So if we know what more than one of those characters are thinking, we have the omniscient, third-person omniscient narrator. Okay, so that was another most commonly missed question. The other commonly missed question, or there's one question that I'm just throwing out entirely. That was the question about which character demonstrates courage in Rikki Tikki Tavi. That one I'm just throwing out entirely, so don't worry about that. This question, we're just getting rid of that question altogether. Overall, you all did pretty decently on this test, so that's a good thing. You did some of the harder questions where it's asking you to apply what you know, so that was really good. Okay, let's stop that. My next announcement has to do with the fact that there's no class tomorrow, so you just need to use your class time instead to work on your email project and submit that. Today in class, we're talking about how to do the email project, what exactly I want from you for that. So today's goals, we're working on writing an email, and we're also going to practice vocab. Your homework is just practice List 2B to 100% by tonight. That one's due tonight, so if you haven't done that yet, today's your last chance. Make sure you get this done. And then next, by Thursday morning at 8 a.m., you will need to write and send me an email that follows the directions that you're going to hear about today in class and that are posted in Wednesday's folder and today's folder. So if you were to go to Schoology again, you go to our class page, you go to week 5, click on the Tuesday folder. In the Tuesday folder, you will find both the PowerPoint that I'm working with today and as well as the instructions for the project. So you can find all of that there. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint here. Okay, so that's what's going on today. Let's talk a little bit about reviewing what we talked about yesterday. So I want you to answer these two questions in the group chat kind of as your participation for today, part of your participation for today. So answer these two questions in the group chat. Answer these two questions in the group chat. So there are two questions. What does BCC stand for? And which would be the better greeting for if you were sending an email to Mr. Taylor? Give me a little more time to answer that. Yeah, put it in the, oh, you guys have been putting it in the big chat. That's fine. Okay, so here we go. I forgot that we can do that. Oopsie, I changed that for the last one. All right, here we go. So BCC stands for blind carbon copy, like most of you got there. The best greeting to use, let's walk through these. The first one, Dear Mr. Taylor, kind of implies that Mr. Taylor is your beloved. So you probably don't want to use that. That's a little awkward. It's a little bit too close. Like you don't have that close of a relationship. You want something more professional. The next one, Mr. Taylor, hi, is a little bit weird just in that you put the comma and then the hi. Like if the hi had gone first, it would have been fine, but your hi is second, and that's just a little weird. The third one, to whom it may concern, you only want to use this if you don't know the name of the person you are sending your email to. Otherwise, you want to use their actual name. To whom it may concern is like, you know, if I'm sending an email to an HR department of a company that I want to work for, but I don't know who that person is, or I might say to whom it may concern. Otherwise, use the person's name. It's more familiar, and it establishes the relationship that you have. So you don't want to use that one. So the last one is probably your best option from that list. This is simple. Start with his name and title, and then move on from there. You'll also, as you work through these, you may have thought, well, what if, can I just say hello or good afternoon? And yes, you could say good afternoon, comma, and then start your email, and that would also be good. Okay, good on that review. Let's move on to our next thing, talking about project today. Okay, so here we have an email. So it was sent to a professor named Professor Blinderson. It was sent from this email address. That's your subject line. There was nothing in the subject line, and that was the message of the email. Tell me in the group chat there, what is wrong? What is wrong with that email? Tell me as much as you can, what's wrong with that email? What's wrong with it? Be specific here, yeah. Be super specific. Give me specific things that are wrong with it. Very good. I'm seeing a lot of good responses. Good, and Angelica, nice. Emily, Jihu, Noah, good. Nisha, good. The fact that, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Brielle. Nisha. Yeah, and Alex, good. Ashley, good. Noah. Sienna, good. Give you a couple more seconds. Post what you think. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, good point there, Murray. All right, so couple of things. Here's some of the things that I noticed and that you guys noticed were wrong with this. First of all, do you know who is sending this email? What is the name of the person who's sending the email? We have no idea. All the professor knows about this student is that their name is Fuzzy Kitty 2000. What? who is that? Like that, we have no concept of who that might be. Okay, the next thing we notice that's wrong here is the fact that my subject line is blank. So when the professor goes and looks at his email and sees he got a new email, the professor can't, he has no concept of what this email might be about. It's just a blank subject bar. So that's not good, not professional at all. And then you get down to the body of the email. There's no greeting, right? Where's that friendly greeting? Not there. We don't have a sign off, a signature line that tells us who sent it and what class period they're in or anything. We have none of that. All we have is 2 sentences with 0 punctuation. They should have put a period there, a question mark there. You should have under capitalized that, put an apostrophe there. They misspelled this word. They misspelled this word. They used the number 2. There is no reason. They don't have why they're going to miss class. They don't even have when they're going to miss class. They have nothing. So if you were a professor and you received this email from a student, what would you think about this student? What would you think about this student? Yeah, your opinion of them, is your opinion of them pretty high or pretty low? Yeah, I got a couple of people say maybe they don't know how to spell. It's pretty uncool. You have a low opinion of them. You're like, oh, they're not very good. Right? We just don't have a very good opinion. Is this a prank email? What's going on? Yeah, very good. Get out of my class, Fuzzy Kitty 2000. Yeah, maybe this person doesn't pay attention in class. That would be what you would maybe think if someone sent you this email. Okay, let's look at another example here. Okay, so if you got this email from somebody, hello, Professor Blinderson. This is Morris Pontyville from 7th English 2nd hour. This morning, I just found out that the curling team has advanced to the playoffs, so I'm going to be out of town on the 10th of September. According to the RunWeb, it looks like I will miss a paper workshop and the discussion of Chapter 10. May I email you my Chapter 10 discussion questions before I leave town? And could I meet with you after school on the 12th in order to discuss the paper? I've asked Cheryl Jones to take notes for me. I'll see you in class tomorrow. Thank you very much, Morris Pontyville. Okay, what is the professor's probable opinion of this student in comparison? High opinion or low opinion? What do you think? It's a much longer email, but this, yeah, you guys are probably right here. You have someone who probably pays more attention. You have a much higher opinion of them. This is a much more professional looking email. We have a nice friendly greeting here with a nice lovely comma. We know who it's from right away. And even what class period you're from. That's really, really nice. Just speaking from experience as a teacher, if I get an email from somebody, I might recognize your name, but if you can tell me what class period you're from, that'll help save me a lot of time, because lots of times I know, oh, that person's in 7th grade, but I don't necessarily remember which of my 3 7th grade classes you're in. So that's this kind of thing would be really helpful, just telling me which class period you're from. Tells the person why they're going to be out of town and when. They sign off with a really friendly but yet professional sign off here, and again mention their full name, first and last name. Because what if someone else was named Morris? Could be. Then we have the thing that's super impressive though, like the thing that takes this to the next level, occurs right here, this section. Speaking as a teacher who is friends with other teachers, if you do this, we will be so impressed with you. Here's what this person has done. They didn't just tell the teacher that, hey, I'm going to be gone, and ask, what's the homework? Which is good. Thank you for doing that, please. But they had also done the research. They looked online and found what homework had already been posted. So for you today, that would be like looking at the Schoology weekly outlook to figure out what we're doing in class. They had already made a plan for how they were going to make up the work. Can I do this? Can I meet with you? If I have a person who does this ahead of time and asks me, hey, is it okay if I meet with you after I come back? And they think this through ahead of time, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to help this person with their homework and to help them get a good grade on it, because wow, so responsible. Okay. We also see that this person has made a plan to get the notes from the class. Like, this kind of an email blows teachers' minds. We're like, wow. And you just think you're so responsible, so respectful and everything. Okay, so that is what we're going to learn how to do, so that when you write emails to your teachers, you blow their minds. Okay, that's the whole goal. So how are we doing this? What is your actual assignment? So here is the assignment. You are going to send me an email by Thursday morning at 8 a.m. In your email, I need you to tell me that you are going to be missing class. Tell me why you're going to miss class, and tell me when you're going to miss class. The why and the when you can completely make up. So if you want to say you're going to be missing class because of the alien invasion of 2020, and you'll be missing class on the 25th of December, that's fine. So you can make up those reasons. That's why it's kind of fun. But I need you to tell me that you're going to miss class, why you're going to miss class, when you're going to miss class, and then I need you to make an inquiry about the homework, what you're going to miss. You can do it like Morris Pontyville here, where you say, hey, I noticed that on Friday we have this assignment assigned. Is it okay if I do this? So that's totally fine to do. But that's what your homework is. Send me an email. In the email, tell me you're going to miss class. Tell me why you're going to miss class. Tell me when you're going to miss class. And then ask me a question. Okay? Make sure you use a nice greeting. Make sure you use a nice sign-off. Make sure you have a subject line that gives me an idea of what the email is going to be about. And that subject line is no more than 5 words long. Okay, so here we go. Here's how I'm grading your assignment. So I'll be looking at, do you have this? Do you have this? And do you have this? I'll be looking at short. That means that your email is less than 5 words, or your subject line. Subject line is less than 5 words, right there. That you identify yourself with your name and your class that you're in. That you choose the correct level of formality, and that your grammar is good. Now, if you're like, how exactly do I get this email to Miss Snoopson? Okay, well, thank you for asking. You are going to email me at this email address that I'm typing into the chat right now. So do not message me over Schoology. Send it to this email address. When you send the email, you can use your HCA email address if you would like, or if you would like to instead, maybe you already have a Gmail account or you want to create your own email account. I highly suggest Gmail. You can create your own email account. Make sure when you do so, you choose a professional email. So don't pick something like Fuzzy Kitty 2000. Choose something that's professional, something with your name in it or something like that. Or you can use one of your parents' email addresses. Just make sure you get permission from them first, obviously. So if you already have an email, you can use that. Or you can use your new school email address, or you can use one of your parents' email address. Just send me this email. Once I get your email, I will send you a reply that says, got it. It may not be instantaneous. Okay, let me rephrase that. It will not be instantaneous. It will probably take me a couple of hours to respond to you, got it, to prove that I got it. But I will eventually confirm with you that I have your email. Then later on, I'll send your grade to you by replying to that email as well. Okay? Any questions about the project? Maddie, that's fine. You can use that one. That one just for about how to create your email, that's more of a suggestion. Okay, the next thing we're going to be doing is you know, Noah, I'm not sure what that is. The next thing we're going to be doing is practicing some vocab here. So Leo, yes, you can definitely use your school email. Just don't message me on Schoology. It has to actually be through email. Okay, so what I need you to do is I need everyone to go to vocab.com/jam. We're gonna play a game. Yeah.